How y'all doing? This is Christian Van R&B, and this is another episode of Retro TV 91, and this time I'm reviewing another movie, doing another movie reviews, and this time I'm reviewing Safe. And what Safe is another Jason Statham movie, and Jason Statham's character, Luke Wright, he's an ex-cop, and he's a special forces cop, and the mayor of the city specially hired him to be on this task force. And what happens is, the task force gets greedy and they become crooked cops, and Luke is an honest guy. He's a killer, but he's honest. So team in, and then he is not a detective anymore. And when we
first meet Luke, he's in a fight, and he's a underground fighter in New Jersey, and he's supposed to throw this fight, but he accidentally knocks the guy out and puts him in a coma. And after this, the Russians come after Luke because they had a bet on this fight, and they kill his wife, and they tell him if he gets close, anybody he gets close to, they'll kill. But what they don't know is that he could have killed them right then and there and been done with it, but he doesn't. And he's going throughout his life, and he meets this homeless guy, and his feet are real bad, and they're starting to get gangrene. And he gives him his shoes. Well, after he wakes up at the homeless shelter, he finds this guy with his throat slit. And then the security asks him what happened, and he says, I guess somebody likes his shoes, but we know that the Russians killed this guy. So Luke's out of there, and Luke goes to buy something at the store, but he ain't got no money because somebody pickpocketed him. And after this, some of his old detective partners find him, and then they take him and they beat on him. And after this, he goes and he sees May. And May is a girl that can memorize numbers, and she's originally from China. But the Chinese in New York City, the Chinese gang send her to New York to keep up with all the businesses of the Chinese. That way it ain't got to be on a computer. It could be all in her mind, and she can remember all this. And the reason she's helping the Chinese is because they threatened to kill her mother if she doesn't. Well, she finds out that her mother has died, and the woman who tells her is working with the Russians. And we find this out after May gets captured by the Russians and asked her what the numbers of the safe that the Chinese gave her. And the woman tells them that May says she doesn't know, and they kill that woman. And then the cops show up, and May gets away. Well, May gets away and goes to the subway, and this is when she meets Luke, and Luke sees the Russians coming after her, and Luke kills all the Russians that are after her and saves her. And then they are running away from the Chinese, the police, and the Russians. And they're able to go to this hotel because he got one of the Russians' wallets. And they go to this hotel, and the Chinese is able to track them by May's phone. And the big shootout happens at the hotel, and Luke and May get separated. The Chinese get May, and Luke gets away. And after this, Luke gets with his old cops that was in his precinct and comes up with a plan to get the $30 million that's in the safe, because he's got the combination from May. And he burns it in front of them and tells them the only way they can get it now is it's in Luke's head, and he needs their help to go get it. So they go to a gambling place where the Chinese have to this safe, and they're able to get it, but some of the cops get killed trying to get to the safe, and then Luke kills the remaining cops except for the captain, and he gives the captain $50 million at the end of the movie, or $50,000, something like that. And because it's 30 minutes, yes, $50,000. And he puts him in the back of the trunk. But before this, he gets the Russian son who killed his wife in the beginning of the movie, and he has leverage over the Russian, and this is how he gets the information where all the safe and all that stuff is. And after this, he calls the mayor, and the mayor's money guy, Alex, was in the same place that Jason Statham character came from, Luke. They came from the same undercover task force before they got into this detective unit. And Alex is the one that is trying to get what is in the safe, and we find out it's a dish on all the gangs and all the cops and all something like that. And then they meet at the end of the movie, and Alex has May, and May shoots Alex after Alex puts his gun down, and him and Luke's about to fight, and she shoots him in the leg, and then Luke kills her, and then Luke and May get away and tell the head of the Chinese not to find them because they have the information on him, and that's all that really happened on this movie. My question for y'all is, if y'all ever watched Safe, what did y'all like about this movie? As always, it's Puts Around All Dixon. I'm out. Guys, videos off. See y'all next time. It's been another episode of Retro TV 90.